Today we're going to talk about two events that have taken place in recent weeks, or that we've learned about in recent days and weeks, that I want you to think about, not in the context just of Israel, but think about for a moment if these things happen to Americans, if these things happen here in the United States. So let's start with news out of Cyprus, where we learned recently that Cypriot authorities, in partnership with American and Israeli intelligence, thwarted an Iranian terror plot that would have targeted Jews and Israelis visiting the island nation. Israelis often vacation in Cyprus and Greece, and in fact, the Israeli government warned Israelis some time ago about the potential for Iranian terror attacks in these places. Now imagine for a moment, if you will, if you as an American citizen learned that in a popular American vacation destination, the south of France, Jamaica, the Florida Keys, whatever it might be, you found out that Iran was planning a terror attack in order to murder innocent American citizens. What do you think the American reaction to this would be? What would your reaction to this would be? Well, the Israeli reaction was quite simple. They acknowledged that they helped stop the terror attack and made clear that they will operate through their foreign intelligence service, the Mossad, in order to protect Israelis and Jews from terror plots like the one Iran tried to conduct in Cyprus and no doubt is trying to conduct elsewhere in the world. That was the Israeli reaction, making clear that Israel will protect its citizens wherever on earth they may be. Now, the other item that I want to talk about today is the fact that along Israel's border with Lebanon, Hezbollah has set up camp, not on the Lebanese side of the border, but inside Israeli territory. Digest that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. Hezbollah has set up a bunch of tents, essentially, inside Israeli territory. What do you think the American reaction would be? Or the European reaction would be? The reaction of any sovereign nation on earth if they found out that a terrorist organization bent on their destruction had set up camp inside their borders, inside our borders here in the United States, or wherever it might be. The reaction would be swift, the reaction would be military. But the Israelis, to their credit, because Israel at the end of the day only seeks peace with its neighbors, have tried to resolve Hezbollah's invasion, there's no other word for it, of Israeli territory by going to the United Nations. And even the United Nations, not some bastion of pro-Israel activism, has acknowledged that what Hezbollah has done is set up camp inside Israeli sovereign territory. So the Israelis are trying to resolve this issue diplomatically. Unfortunately, that has not happened yet. And make no mistake, no country on earth is going to tolerate this. And eventually, if Israel is forced to do so, they will handle the Hezbollah encampment on Israeli territory with military force. Now, we hope and pray that doesn't come to pass. We know the Israelis will be victorious. They will succeed in booting Hezbollah out of their territory. But it could spark a wider conflict. And we don't want that to happen. It puts Israeli soldiers' lives at risk. And we don't want that to happen either. These are just two events that I believe everyone should internalize, everyone should understand from an Israeli perspective by thinking about what would happen if the same occurred in our own country or to our own fellow citizens. Think about that, and then think about what you're going to do about it. I know what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to be in Washington in just a few weeks with over 1,000 Christians United for Israel members representing over 10 million across the country to ensure that our elected officials know, we will be in Washington to ensure that our elected officials know that we stand with Israel, that we will not tolerate Iranian aggression, whether it's support for terrorism or advancing their nuclear program, and our elected officials should not tolerate that either. We support Israel's right to defend itself, its right to defend its borders. And we believe that Israel should be treated with the same rights as any other nation on earth. And that means that if they are forced to, booting a military encampment of a terrorist organization from inside Israel's borders. So if you are able to join us in Washington, I hope to see you there. And if not, I am grateful to you nonetheless for your support of Israel, your support of CUFI, and for taking the time to tune in with us each week. Thank you very much for your time today, and God bless.
Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones. Click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to cufi.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.